Hello everyone, it's Kat here from Evil Krispy Kreme with my Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn induction series. In these videos I hope to give you a glance of what it's like to have Final Fantasy XIV, just the beginning areas to get you an idea of what you is to expect. I might add things further along depending on how in-depth the game gets, but for now I want to start at the beginning, which is character creation. So when you first go to create a character, you get an option to load appearance data. This is actually really handy because you can actually create templates of characters, and if you're an autoholic like me, this means that you can create more characters further down really quickly. So when we go to load appearance data, we can see here I've got a couple of saved templates. There is a lot more slots into it, this is just what I have. So I might go for the Seeker of the Sun, considering that Keeper of the Moon seems to be all my characters, and this is the one I want to create for the series. So you can see here, this is my pre-made character. Almost pretty much we're about 90% of the way through character creation, and you can't save it all, but I will take you through the very beginning. So if we go back, your first option is your race. There's 5 races, don't get me to pronounce these names. So essentially you have your humans, your elves, your sort of gnomes, your cat people with tails, and I guess you'd call these sort of your giant titans. All races have a male and female option, so depending on how you want to play, you can play as any of these. So we'll stick with cat people because I like cat people. Your second is you get to pick your clan. Each race I do believe has 2 clans to pick from. They change your attributes slightly, sort of give you a different background, and they do actually change your attributes as well. So for example, Keeper of the Moon, they are, as you can see, that's definitely a darker, and well, not really you can see it, but there is actually, they get things like a longer tail as well. And the big one as well, as I notice, is if you can see there, she has normal eyes and she has cat-like eyes. So we'll stick with the Seeker of the Sun for her. And now we get to appearance. Appearance, you get to go from all this list, and it either has a scale or you have options. So you get your height and you get your bust. Now as you can see, even though I have it as the largest bust, that is actually quite conservative. Other races you can get bigger ones if that's your thing. You do also get other options with race depending on your race, like some you get to pick how muscular your character is for both male and female. Skin colour, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Tail shape, obviously one just for this race. So you can kind of go for cat style or fluffy. I might actually pick fluffy for her. Tail length, short, long, long, short, short, long. And obviously if you're a Keeper of the Moon, you actually can make your tail even longer than that. Hairstyle, depending on which race, depends on how many options you get. I might try this one actually. You might notice these two are very similar. The only real difference is the colour of these little ties at the front here. And I always want to see what this looks like in game. So you can pick your highlights. Not really much you can tell the difference here, but if I, example, go black, so as you can see, you can be quite dramatic with it. Your base colour for the cat people does determine your ears and your tail. Actually that looks kind of good, doesn't it? But we want to keep her as sort of pink. So see, pink tail, pink ears. Face, only 4 options, not really much going on there. Sort of no stripes, bit of change. Jaw, once again, 4 options. Eye shape, doesn't really change much. I mean, you can kind of go for like sort of bigger eyes, a bit of a slant on them. Iris, I always love this one. You can go for small or large. Eye colour, well that red actually is kind of creeping me out a bit, so I might go for something a bit less dramatic. So there we are, some sort of pinky eyes. Eyebrow, once again 5 different types. Depending on your races, you might have more options, you might have less with any of these. I know some races that can have like really puffy lips. Lip colour, it might seem really dramatic, but as you can see there's not actually much change going on. Like even though I'm going black, I mean those lips definitely aren't black. Facial features, this is where you can add your scars or really puffy eyebrows. Not you're gonna really see them through that. Might actually go that. We'll have furry eyebrows. That looks kind of cool. Give her a scar on her cheek. Or a dot in a foot. Not that you can see it with her hair. Tattoos. Not really many options here. You can kind of go for under the eye or not under the eye. And then pick the colour of it if you want. Face paint is kind of like your makeup, or if you want to sort of put something on her cheek. But we'll go for the makeup. I might give it darker eyes actually, so we'll go for black makeup. Not that you can really much difference, it's just a little bit around the eyes. Voice, oh, I gotta laugh at the voices. These are awesome. And look at the animations that go with them. This is one you'll be hearing a lot, so you might want to pick your voice based on this. And that's another one you're going to hear a lot of. Some of these voices do leave little to the imagination and are actually kind of funny. So as you can see, we've kind of got to the end of where my template was. If I want, I can save it. See, as you can see, you've got so many slots. But I'm not going to save this one, I'm just going to confirm. Now you get to pick your birth dates. As you can see, 12 moons. Yeah! Although strangely enough, the 32nd is the 31st. So we might go for the 1st of 1st. We'll make her a newborn. And then you get to pick your patron deity. These do affect slightly your stats, but you might want to just go through and have a look at each of them. I won't go through them all, they're pretty standard when it comes to the godly types in computer games. I might go, yeah, with the goddess of fate for her. Then you get to pick your starting class. As you can see, Discipline of War is your physical damage, Discipline of Magic is your magical damage, Conjurer is your healer, Arcanist is your summoner, but also she does a bit of healing as well, sort of DPS healer. Conjurer if you really want to go sort of the full heals. Discipline of War, there are tanks in here, but I think it might be the Gladiator or maybe the Lancer. Yes, sorry, I'm not big on the tanks, so not quite sure. But for her, we're going to make her an archer. So now we get to pick what server to create her on, which is kind of weird since you have to be in a world anyway to get to this point. But yeah, I'll just pick the server I usually use. And then we get to go pick a name. First name, surname, 15 characters each, but a maximum of 20 altogether. You do have random names as well if you want. Might make grouping very interesting. I can see probably a few more nicknames appearing with these sort of names. But I will just call her Evil Cat, if I can type. So now you've created your character. And it's really thinking actually, that's quite unusual. I've never had it do this one before. So now it asks if you want to go straight into the game. And this is where I'll finish this video because it's going to take us through a very long cutscene. And if you see it, well, you probably won't want to play the game. So I'm going to keep on high hopes here, and I will be joining you shortly with some other introductory videos. This is Kat. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy your gaming time.